The alarm bells rang through the great hall of the Galactic Council. Council Prime Zephyros had never heard them ring this loud before. His 6 eyes moved quickly across the emergency reports flooding his desk. Each report said the same impossible thing. The humans were gone, not dead, not hiding, just gone. Every human diplomat had left their posts. Every human trader had closed their shops. Every human mediator had walked away from peace talks. 300 years of cooperation had ended in one single day. Zephyros pressed a button on his desk. The massive doors to the council chamber opened. 12 species walked in, each looking more worried than the last. The Vorthak military commander stomped in with his heavy boots. The Quilon trade master floated in on her energy field. The ancient ethereal drifted through the air like smoke. "Explain this to me," Zephyros said. His voice carried across the huge room. "Where are the humans?" Ambassador Kyung had been humanity's voice in this chamber for 20 years. Her empty chair looked strange. No one had ever seen it empty during an important meeting. "We sent messages to all human colonies," said the Vorthak commander. His name was Gorth, and his species loved war more than anything else. "No replies. Their communication networks are still working, but they will not talk to us." The Quilon Trademaster spoke next. Her voice sounded like music, but today it was full of worry. "Human cargo ships left our ports yesterday, all of them. They took nothing that belonged to us, but they took everything that belonged to them. Even small, personal items." "This makes no sense," said Zephyros. "Humans love to talk. They talk about everything. They help solve every problem. Why would they suddenly stop?" An ethereal floated forward. The ethereals were the oldest species in the galaxy. They had lived for thousands of years and seen everything. When they worried, everyone worried. "Something has changed," the ethereal said. Its voice came from everywhere and nowhere. "Humans do not make fast decisions about big things. This was planned." Across the galaxy, on Earth, Fleet Admiral Bora stood in the command center. Screens showed hundreds of human ships flying back, toward human space. Each ship carried people who had lived on alien worlds, worked with alien species, and called the galaxy their home. "Status report," Bora said to her aide. 93% of our people are heading home," the aide replied. "The rest will be picked up within 2 days." Bora nodded. She was a small woman, but everyone in the room knew she was the most dangerous person in human space. She had planned this operation for 6 months. Every detail had been thought out. Every person had been contacted. Every ship had been given secret orders. "Any problems?" she asked. "The Quilons tried to stop one of our trade ships. They wanted to search it, and Captain Sujin told them the ship was now under military protection. They let it go." Bora smiled, but it was not a happy smile. "Good. How long until everyone is home?" 4 days, Admiral. Excellent." Back in the council chamber, panic was growing. Representatives from dozens of smaller species had joined the emergency meeting. All of them had the same problem. The humans who had helped them with trade, with technology, with solving fights between neighbors, were gone. "The Zaloni system is already having problems," said a small green alien. "Humans helped us move food between our planets. Without them, people will be hungry in 2 weeks." "Our power systems need human engineers," said another alien. "They are the only ones who understand how to fix the quantum generators." The Vorthak commander hit the table with his big fist. "This is ridiculous. They are just humans. We ruled the galaxy before they came, and we can rule it after they leave." The ethereal made a sound like wind through leaves. "You are wrong, Gorth. Before humans came, we did not rule the galaxy. We survived in it. There is a difference." Zephyros looked around the room. Fear was in every face. In 300 years, humans had become part of everything. They fixed machines that other species could not understand. They carried messages between species that hated each other. They found solutions to problems that seemed impossible. "We need to contact their government," Zephyros said. "There must be some mistake." "We tried," said the Quilon trademaster. "Earth's government is not taking any calls from alien species. Their automated systems say all diplomatic contact has been suspended." "Suspended? For how long?" "It does not say." On Earth's moon, in a secret research facility, Dr. Inho worked through the night. His laboratory was filled with samples from every alien species in the galaxy. For 3 years, he had been running tests. What he found had changed everything. "Sir," his assistant called out, "the final results are ready." Dr. Inho walked over to the computer screen. The data showed what he had feared. Every alien gift to humans over the past 50 years contained small amounts of poison. Not enough to kill quickly, but enough to make humans weaker over time. Food from the Quilons had chemicals that made human bones soft. Decorations from the Vorthak released gas that made human brains work slower. Even the beautiful crystals from the ethereals gave off radiation that damaged human DNA. It was not an accident. It was planned. "Have you told the Admiral?" the assistant asked. "Yes," Dr. Inho said. "This is why we are all coming home." In the council chamber, arguments had started. Species that had been friends for centuries were now blaming each other. Without humans to help them talk through problems, old anger was coming back. "The Quilons have been charging us too much for food," shouted a small alien. "Your species never pays on time." The Quilon trademaster shot back. "Enough!" Zephyros commanded. But his voice did not carry the same power it once had. Everyone knew that human mediators were better at stopping fights. Captain Sujin guided her ship through space toward Earth. Behind her, 50 other human ships followed. Each ship carried people who had spent years building friendships with alien species. Now they were all heading home, and none of them knew if they would ever return. "Captain," her communications officer said, "we are getting messages from alien friends. They want to know why we are leaving." Sujin thought about the Quilon family she had lived with for 5 years. They had been kind to her. They had shared their food and their customs. They had called her sister. But they had also been slowly poisoning her. "Do not reply," she said. "Admiral's orders." The officer nodded, but Sujin could see sadness in his eyes. Leaving was hard, even when staying meant death. As Earth came into view, Sujin felt something she had not felt in years. Safety. For the first time since learning the truth about the galaxy, she was going somewhere that no one wanted to hurt her just for being human. The Great Recall had begun. Humanity was coming home, and the galaxy was about to learn what it meant to lose the species that had held everything together. 3 months had passed since the humans disappeared. The galaxy was falling apart. Council Prime Zephyros stared at the reports on his desk. Each one was worse than the last. The Vorthak Empire had attacked 3 Quilon trade stations. The Quilons had stopped all food shipments to smaller species. 2 entire star systems were without power because no one knew how to fix the human-built generators. "How many conflicts this week?" he asked his aide. 47, sir. That is more than we usually see in a whole year." Zephyros rubbed his tired eyes. Without human mediators, every small disagreement became a big fight. The species that had worked together for hundreds of years now seemed like strangers to each other. On Luna, Earth's moon, Dr. Inho was still working. His laboratory had grown bigger. Now he had a whole team of scientists helping him understand what the aliens had done to humanity. "Show me the ethereal crystals again," he told his assistant. The assistant brought over a beautiful blue crystal. It looked harmless, even pretty. Humans had been putting these crystals in their homes for decades. The ethereals said they brought good luck and peace. "The radiation levels?" Dr. Inho asked. "Very low. A human would need to live with one for about 20 years before getting sick. But the sickness would look natural, like getting old too fast." Dr. Inho nodded. That was the scary part. Everything the aliens had given to humans would cause problems, but slowly. So slowly that no one would notice until it was too late. "What about the Quelan food additives?" Another scientist spoke up. "They weaken human bones and muscles. A person eating Quelan food every day would be half as strong as a normal human after 10 years. And the Vorthak decorations. The gas they release makes human brains work slower. It also makes humans more willing to follow orders without thinking." Dr. Inho felt sick. For 300 years, humans had trusted these species. They had called them friends. They had shared technology, culture, and knowledge. And the whole time, the aliens had been slowly killing them. Captain Sujin was now on Earth, working with Fleet Command. Her job was to help plan the defense of human space. But today she was reading reports from other human captains who had served in alien territory. "Captain," her aide said, "we have received the report from the Zoloni system." Sujin took the report and read it. The news was bad. Without human help, the Zoloni could not move food between their planets. People were getting hungry. Some were getting sick. "Are we going to help them?" the aide asked. Sujin looked out the window at Earth's blue sky. "No," she said. "We cannot help anyone until we know who we can trust." It was a hard answer, but it was the right one. Humans had learned that being kind could be dangerous when others saw kindness as weakness. Back in the Galactic Council, the emergency meetings never stopped. Today, the topic was trade. Without human ships and human trade networks, moving goods between star systems had become almost impossible. "Our people need medicine," said a representative from a small water world. "The Quilans used to bring it, but they say it is too expensive to transport without human logistics ships." The Quilan trade master floated in her energy field. "Human. Ships were fast and cheap. Our ships are slow and expensive. We cannot afford to lose money on every trade route. So smaller species will suffer because you care more about profit than lives," asked an ethereal. "Do not blame us," the trade master replied. "Humans chose to leave. We did not force them." But everyone in the room knew that was not the whole truth. General Minho was Earth's top military intelligence officer. His team had been studying alien communications for months, trying to understand why the aliens had been poisoning humans. Today, they had found something important. "Sir," his aide said, "we cracked the Vorthak military codes." General Minho looked at the translated messages on his screen. What he read made him angry. "Project Slow Death," he read out loud. "The systematic weakening of human military and civilian populations through chemical and biological means." The aide pointed to another message. "Look at this one, sir. It is from 5 years ago." Minho read the next message. It was from a Vorthak general to his commander. Human soldiers are 40% weaker than they were 20 years ago. The bone-softening agents in Quelan food are working. In 10 more years, humans will not be able to fight effectively. And this one, the aide said, showing another message. From the ethereals to the Vorthak, human intelligence levels have dropped by an average of 15 points over the past decade. The gas from our decorative crystals is affecting their brain development. They are becoming more compliant and less innovative. General Minho felt his hands shake with anger. This was not just murder. This was the planned destruction of the entire human species. "Get me Admiral Bora," he said. Across the galaxy, the effects of the human withdrawal were getting worse. On Vorthak Prime, their main computer systems were failing. Humans had designed most of their technology, and now no one knew how to fix it. "We need the humans back," a Vorthak engineer told his commander. "Never," the commander replied. "We are strong. We do not need weak humans to help us." But in private, the commander was worried. His weapon systems were breaking down. His communication networks were full of problems. And worst of all, his scientists could not figure out how any of it worked. The Quelans were having different problems. Their trade empire was collapsing. Human ships had been the backbone of galactic commerce for centuries. Without them, moving goods cost 3 times as much and took 5 times as long. "We are losing money on every trade route," a Keelan merchant told the trade master. "Then we must raise prices," she replied. "We already did. Now no one can afford our goods." Young analyst Ji-Wan worked in Earth's intelligence center. Her job was to read alien news broadcasts and find out what was really happening in the galaxy. Today she had found something very interesting. "Sir," she called to her supervisor, "you need to see this." She pointed to her screen, which showed a secret alien broadcast. The message was from the Galactic Council to all member species. "This is a priority message," the broadcast said. "Operation Clean Galaxy is moving to Phase 2. All species should prepare for the final solution to the human problem." Ji-Wan felt cold. "What does final solution mean?" she asked. Her supervisor's face went pale. "It means they were planning to kill all of us," the message continued. "The planned celebration of galactic unity will take place in 6 months. All human leaders will be invited. This will be our opportunity to eliminate the human threat permanently." Ji-Wan recorded everything. This was the proof humanity needed. The aliens had not just been poisoning them slowly. They had been planning to kill them all at once. In the council chamber, panic was spreading. Reports were coming in from every corner of the galaxy. Without humans, everything was breaking down. "The Xeron sector has lost all power," reported one alien. "Their human-designed fusion reactors have shut down, and no one knows how to restart them. Trade between the Outer Rim worlds has stopped completely," said another. "Human shipping companies handled 80% of all cargo. Without them, most planets cannot get basic supplies. Fighting has broken out in 12 systems," added a third. "Human peacekeepers used to prevent these conflicts." Council Prime Zephyros listened to every report. Each one made the situation sound more hopeless. "What about contacting Earth directly?" he asked. "We tried," said his aide. "Their government will not accept any communication from non-human species. They have blocked all our diplomatic channels." "Then we send a ship to Earth." "We tried that too, sir. Human defense systems turned our ship away at their border. They did not attack, but they made it clear we were not welcome. For 300 years, humans had been the galaxy's problem solvers. They fixed broken machines, stopped fights between neighbors, and found ways to make trade profitable for everyone. Now they were gone, and no one else knew how to do their jobs. The galaxy was learning a hard lesson. Humans had not been weak partners who needed protection. They had been the foundation that held everything together, and without that foundation, everything was falling down. General Minho sat in the secure briefing room deep under Earth's surface. Around the table sat humanity's top leaders. Admiral Bora, Dr. Inho, and President Nari all looked at the evidence spread before them. "Tell them what you found, Admiral," Bora said to Minho. General Minho activated the holographic display. Images of alien documents filled the air above the table. "This is the Human Containment Protocol," he said. "It was created 47 years ago by the Galactic Council. President..." Nari leaned forward. She was new to this job, having been elected just 2 years ago. She had campaigned on working more closely with alien species. Now she was learning how wrong she had been. "What exactly is this protocol?" she asked. "A plan to slowly weaken and eventually eliminate humanity," Minho replied. "The Council saw us as a threat to galactic stability," Dr. Inho spoke up. "We were advancing too fast. Our technology, our adaptability, our ability to solve problems. They were afraid we would become too powerful." The hologram showed a timeline. "It started 47 years ago and ended 6 months from now. Phase 1 was slow poisoning," Minho explained. "Make humans weaker, dumber, and more willing to follow orders. Phase 2 was supposed to be next month." "What is Phase 2?" President Nari asked, though she was afraid of the answer. "Direct military action. They plan to invite all human leaders to a fake peace celebration. Then they would kill us all and blame it on a terrorist attack." Admiral Bora stood up and walked to the window. Outside, human ships filled the sky. Every day, more humans returned from alien worlds. They brought stories of friends who had suddenly become cold, of business partners who had made strange excuses to end contracts, of alien neighbors who had watched them pack with relief in their eyes. "How long have they been planning this?" President Nari asked. "The evidence goes back 50 years, Minho said. "But we think they started planning it almost from the day we joined the galactic community." Dr. Inho pulled up another display. This one showed human population statistics over the past 50 years. "Look at this," he said. "Human birth rates have been dropping for decades. We thought it was because people were choosing smaller families. But it was the poison." The room fell silent as everyone understood what that meant. For 50 years, aliens had been slowly killing human babies before they could be born. "Our average intelligence scores have also dropped," Dr. Inho continued. "Not by much, but enough to matter. The gas from ethereal crystals was making it harder for human children to develop normally." "And our physical strength," added a military doctor who had joined the meeting. "Humans serving in alien territory are on average 30% weaker than humans who stayed on Earth. We thought it was because of different gravity and exercise routines. But it was Quillan food additives." President Nari felt sick. "How many humans are affected?" "About 40% of our population has been exposed to at least one form of poison," Dr. Inho said. "Most people will recover if they stop being exposed, but some damage might be permanent." Admiral Bora turned back to the group. "This is why we brought everyone home," she said. "This is why we cut all contact. They were not our friends. They were our executioners." General Minho showed more documents. "The Vorthak military has detailed plans for attacking human colonies. The Quillans have been mapping our trade routes to find weak points. Even the ethereals, who we thought were peaceful, have been working on weapons designed specifically to hurt humans. What about the smaller species? President Nari asked. Surely not all of them were involved. Most of the smaller species were not part of the plan, Minho admitted, but they knew about it and said nothing. They were willing to let us die to keep their place in the galactic order. Captain Sujin entered the briefing room. She had been collecting reports from human ship captains who had served in alien space. Her news was not good. We have confirmed the locations of 15 secret alien military bases in what they call neutral space, she reported. All of them are positioned to attack human colonies quickly. How did we miss this? President Nari asked. Because we trusted them, Admiral, Bora said simply. When someone offers friendship, humans want to believe they mean it. We assumed other species thought like us. Captain Sujin continued her report. We also found evidence of weapons testing. The Vorthak have been developing bombs that target human DNA. The Quilans have created diseases that only affect human biology. The Ethereals have built machines that can destroy human brain patterns. Dr. Inho added his own findings. I found traces of testing compounds in the food and gifts they gave us over the years. They were not just poisoning us. They were studying how we reacted to different toxins. They were practicing, President Nari said quietly. Learning the best ways to kill us. Yes, Dr. Inho confirmed, and they were getting very good at it. Young analyst Jiwon had been quiet during most of the meeting. She was the youngest person in the room, and sometimes she felt intimidated by all the important people around her. But now she had something to say. I found something else, she said. Communications between alien species about what they call the human problem. She activated her own display. Messages between alien leaders filled the air. This one is from the Ethereal High Council to the Vorthak military, she said. It says, humans are becoming suspicious of our gifts. We may need to move to Phase 2 earlier than planned. Another message appeared. This is from a Quilan trade master to her government. Human traders are asking too many questions about our food additives. We should stop all trade with them and claim they violated some contract. And this, Jiwon said, showing the most damning message of all. From Council Prime Zephyros to all member species 3 months ago. Operation Clean Galaxy will proceed as planned. In 6 months, the human threat will be eliminated forever. The room was silent for a long moment. Everyone understood what they were looking at. This was not just discrimination or fear. This was genocide. They were going to kill all of us, President Nari said. Every man, woman, and child, General Minho confirmed. And then they were going to divide up our colonies among themselves. Admiral Bora walked back to the table. But we found out first, she said. We saved our people, and now we need to decide what to do next. What are our options? President Nari asked. 3 choices, Admiral Bora replied. We can hide in human space and hope they leave us alone. We can try to negotiate some kind of peace, or we can make sure they never threaten us again. What does that last option mean? President Nari asked, though she thought she knew. It means we become strong enough that no one would ever dare to plan our extinction again, Admiral Bora said. It means we stop being the galaxy's helpful neighbors and start being the galaxy's most dangerous enemies. Dr. Inho looked at all the evidence they had gathered. 50 years of lies. 50 years of slow murder. 50 years of planning humanity's complete destruction. We tried being friends, he said. It almost got us all killed. Captain Sujin nodded. Every human who served in alien space has stories of being treated like a useful pet. They liked what we could do for them, but they never saw us as equals. They saw us as a problem that needed to be solved, General Minho added. And their solution was to make us disappear. President Nari stood up and looked around the room. These people had saved the human race by discovering the truth in time. Now it was her job to decide what humanity would do with that knowledge. "How long do we have before they expect their plan to work?" she asked. 6 months, Minho replied. "That is when they plan to kill our leaders and blame it on terrorists. After that, they expected to invade our colonies within a year. And if we do nothing, they will probably try again. Maybe not this year or next year, but eventually. They are afraid of us, and fear makes people do terrible things." President Nari made her decision. "Then we make sure they have good reason to be afraid." The meeting ended with new orders. Humanity would not hide. They would not beg for peace. They would become everything the aliens had feared they might be. The galaxy had made humanity choose between being victims or survivors. Humanity chose to survive. Engineer Dae-hyun stood in the largest construction facility humanity had ever built. Around him, thousands of workers built machines that would change the galaxy forever. For 300 years, humans had followed alien safety rules and building codes. Now they were free to build whatever they wanted. "Show me the new drive system," Dae-hyun said to his assistant. The assistant led him to a massive machine that hummed with power. "We call it the jump drive," she said. "It can move a ship from one star system to another in minutes instead of days." Dae-hyun smiled. Human scientists had invented this technology 50 years ago, but the Galactic Council had banned it. They said it was too dangerous and might hurt space around planets. But Dae-hyun knew the real reason. They were afraid humans would become too mobile, too hard to control. "How many ships can we equip with this?" he asked. "Every ship in the human fleet will have one within 3 months," his assistant replied. "And we are building new ships faster than ever before." Across the facility, other teams worked on different projects. Some built weapons that could destroy entire alien fleets. Others created shields that could protect human planets from any attack. Still others designed communication systems that aliens could not intercept or jam. "What about the new weapons?" Dae-hyun asked. His assistant showed him to another section of the facility. Here, scientists worked with materials that had been forbidden under galactic law. "The plasma cannons can cut through any alien ship armor," she explained. "The quantum missiles can track targets across entire star systems, and the gravity bombs can destroy a whole fleet at once." "Any problems with production?" "None. Without alien oversight, we can work as fast as we want. We are building things in months that used to take years. For 3 centuries, aliens had convinced humans that their technology was primitive and dangerous. They had made humans follow strict rules about what they could build and how they could build it. Now humans were discovering that their technology was actually far ahead of anything the aliens had. Commander Yareem was in charge of humanity's new military strategy. She had spent 20 years working with alien military forces, learning their tactics and weaknesses. Now she would use that knowledge against them. The Vorthak relied too much on heavy weapons, she told her staff. They are slow and predictable. Our new ships can move around them easily. "What about the Quilans?" asked one of her officers. "They are traders, not warriors. Their ships are fast but lightly armed. A few hits from our plasma cannons will destroy them." "And the ethereals?" Commander Yareem paused. The ethereals were the most advanced alien species. Their technology was mysterious and powerful. But they were also very old and set in their ways. The ethereals have not fought a real war in 1,000 years, she said. They have forgotten how to adapt quickly. We will use new tactics they have never seen before. She activated a holographic display showing the galaxy. Red dots marked alien military bases. Blue dots showed human colonies and defenses. Here is our new strategy, she said. We will not wait for them to attack us. If any alien species moves ships toward human space, we will assume they are hostile and act first. What does that mean? Asked an officer. It means we destroy any alien military force that comes too close to our territory. No warnings, no negotiations, no second chances. The room fell silent. This was a complete change from humanity's old peaceful approach. Are we becoming the aggressors? Asked another officer. No, Commander Yareem replied firmly. We are becoming survivors. They plan to kill us all. We are just making sure they cannot try again. Dr. Inho had moved his research to an even bigger facility. Now he had hundreds of scientists working to understand alien biology and technology. Their goal was simple: find ways to defend against alien attacks, and, if necessary, ways to attack aliens. What have we learned about Vorthak physiology? He asked his team. Their thick skin protects them from most weapons, but they are vulnerable to certain frequencies of sound, replied one scientist. We have developed sonic weapons that can disable them without permanent harm. And the Kelans? Their energy-based biology makes them very sensitive to electromagnetic pulses. A small EMP device can knock them unconscious for hours. The ethereals? More difficult. They exist partially in another dimension, which makes them hard to hurt with normal weapons. But we have found that certain types of quantum interference can force them back into normal space. Dr. Inho nodded. This was important research. For centuries, humans had studied alien species to help them and understand them better. Now they were studying aliens to protect themselves. What about defensive measures? He asked. We have developed filters that can remove any known alien toxins from air and water, another scientist reported. New medical treatments can reverse most of the damage from the slow poisoning. And we have created scanners that can detect alien biological weapons. How long until these defenses are ready? Most are ready now. We are already installing them on all human worlds and ships. In the Galactic Council chambers, the emergency meetings continued. But now the aliens were not just worried about trade and communication problems. They were getting reports that scared them. Human ships have been seen near the outer rim, reported a Vorthak scout. They were moving faster than any ship we have ever seen. How is that possible? Asked Council Prime Zephyros. We do not know, sir. Our fastest ships could not keep up with them. Aquilan Trademaster added her own report. We intercepted some human communications. They are using technology we do not recognize. What kind of technology? Advanced weapons, better engines, and communication systems we cannot break into. It is like they have made 50 years of progress in just 3 months. An ethereal floated forward. Even the ancient ethereals looked worried. We have sensed disturbances in space-time near human territory. They are doing things with physics that we thought were impossible. Council Prime Zephyros felt cold fear in his stomach. The plan had been simple. Keep humans weak and dependent, then eliminate them when the time was right. But humans had not stayed weak. They had become stronger than anyone imagined possible. What about our military preparations? He asked the Vorthak commander. Our fleets are ready to implement Operation Clean Galaxy. the commander replied, "but we are receiving reports that worry us." "What reports?" "Human defenses have improved dramatically. Their planets are now protected by energy shields we cannot penetrate. Their ships carry weapons we have never seen before, and they seem to know exactly where all our secret bases are located." Young analyst Jiwon continued to monitor alien communications from Earth. What she was hearing made her both proud and worried. "They are scared," she reported to her superiors. "Alien military commanders are asking their governments for more ships, more weapons, more soldiers. They know something has changed, but they do not understand what." "Are they still planning to attack us?" asked General Minho. "Yes, but they are having arguments about when and how. Some want to attack immediately before we get stronger. Others want to wait and try to understand our new capabilities first." "What about the smaller alien species?" "Many of them are starting to question whether following the larger species is a good idea. Some are even talking about trying to make peace with us separately." General Minho nodded. "That matches what we are seeing from our other sources. The Alien Alliance is starting to crack under pressure. On Earth's moon, the new military production facilities worked around the clock. Human engineers built ships, weapons, and defensive systems faster than had ever been done before. Without alien regulations slowing them down, human innovation was exploding. "How many ships will we have ready in 2 months?" Admiral Bora asked the production coordinator. 2,000 new warships, each more advanced than anything the aliens have," came the reply, "plus upgrades to our existing fleet. And planetary defenses? Every human world will have orbital defense platforms, energy shields, and early warning systems. Any alien ship entering our territory will be detected immediately." Admiral Bora looked out at the construction yards where her new fleet was being built. Each ship represented humanity's refusal to be victims. Each weapon was an answer to centuries of deception and planned genocide. "Are we ready if they attack early?" she asked. "Yes, Admiral. If they come now, we can defend ourselves. If they wait much longer, we will be strong enough to take the fight to them." Commander Yareem received daily reports from human intelligence, agents who had stayed hidden in alien territory. The news was always the same. The aliens were preparing for war, but they were also increasingly afraid. "They expected us to be weak and scattered when they attacked," she told her officers. "Instead, we are organized and armed. They do not know how to handle this situation." "What do you think they will do?" asked an officer. "They will attack sooner than planned," Yareem replied. "Fear makes people do stupid things. They are more afraid of what we might become than they are of fighting us now." "Are we ready?" Commander Yareem looked at the tactical displays showing human fleet positions, defensive systems, and new weapons. 6 months ago, humanity had been defenseless sheep waiting for slaughter. Now they were wolves with very sharp teeth. "Yes," she said, "we are ready." The galaxy was about to learn that. Humans were much more dangerous as enemies than they. Council Prime Zephyros stood before the largest gathering of alien leaders in galactic history. Representatives from every species in the galaxy filled the great assembly hall. The mood was not celebration, but panic. "We must act now," declared the Vorthak commander, his voice booming across the chamber. "Every day we wait, the humans grow stronger. Our intelligence reports show they have technology we cannot match." The Quelan trade master floated nervously in her energy field. "My traders report that human ships can now travel between star systems in hours instead of days. They are using some kind of new engine we do not understand. And their weapons," added a military advisor, Our spies have seen tests of human plasma cannons. They can destroy our strongest warships with a single shot. Council Prime. Zephyros raised his hand for silence. We all know the situation has changed. The question is what we do about it. An ethereal drifted forward, its ancient voice filling the chamber. I warned you this would happen. Humans were never as weak as you believed. You have awakened something that was sleeping. They are still just humans, the Vorthak commander insisted. We outnumber them 1,000 to 1. If we attack with everything we have, we can overwhelm them. With what? Asked a representative from a smaller species. Half our fleets cannot function without human-made parts. Our computers run on human software. Our trade networks depend on human logistics. The room erupted in arguments. Some species wanted immediate war. Others wanted to try negotiating. A few suggested surrendering and hoping humans would be merciful. Enough, Zephyros shouted. We will vote. All in favor of immediate military action against the humans? About half the species raised their hands or tentacles or energy fields. All opposed? The other half responded. The vote is tied, Zephyros announced. In such cases, the decision falls to the Founding Council. The Founding Council consisted of the 5 oldest and most powerful species in the galaxy. The Vorthak, the Quilans, the Ethereals, the Zephyrians, and the Ancient Builders. I vote for immediate action, said the Vorthak commander. War now, while we still have a chance. I vote for negotiation, said the Quilan trade master. War will destroy what is left of galactic trade. The Ethereal spoke slowly. I vote against military action. This path leads only to our destruction. The Builder representative had been silent throughout the meeting. The Builders were the oldest species in the galaxy, even older than the Ethereals. They had seen the rise and fall of countless civilizations. I have lived for 10,000 years, the Builder said. I have seen what happens when a species underestimates humanity. I vote against war. All eyes turned to Council Prime Zephyros. His species, the Zephyrians, had been the leaders of the galaxy for 2,000 years. His vote would decide humanity's fate. He began, then stopped. Reports were flooding in from across the galaxy. Every day brought news of more human ships, more advanced technology, more evidence that humanity was becoming something the galaxy had never seen before. I vote for one final attempt at communication, he said finally. If humans will not negotiate, then we will have no choice but to fight. On Earth, President Nari sat in her office reviewing intelligence reports. Each one painted the same picture. The aliens were preparing for war, but they were divided and afraid. They are trying to contact us again, reported her chief advisor. Council Prime Zephyros has sent 12 different messages in the past week. What do they say? President Nari asked. The usual. They want to negotiate. They claim there has been some misunderstanding. They offer trade deals and technology sharing. President Nari laughed, but there was no humor in it. After planning our genocide for 50 years, they want to negotiate? What should we tell them? Nothing. We have nothing to say to species that plan to murder our children. Admiral Bora entered the office with more reports. Our deep space sensors are detecting massive alien fleet movements. They are gathering ships from across the galaxy. How many ships? President Nari asked. Conservative estimate? 50,000 vessels, possibly more. And our fleet? 5,000 ships, but each one is worth 20 of theirs. President Nari did some quick math. Even with superior technology, those odds were challenging. Are we ready for this? She asked. Admiral Bora nodded. Our new defenses are online. Every human world has orbital weapons platforms and energy shields. Our fleets are positioned to respond quickly to any attack. And we have some surprises the aliens do not know about. What kind of surprises? Engineer Daehyun has been working on something special. Long-range quantum weapons that can strike targets from the other side of the galaxy. If aliens attack any human world, we can hit their home planets immediately. Meanwhile, in alien space, panic was spreading as species tried to prepare for a war they were not sure they could win. The Vorthak Empire had mobilized every ship they had, but their commanders were finding serious problems. Many of their systems used human technology that no one else knew how to maintain. Weapon systems were failing, engine parts were breaking, communication networks were full of glitches. "How many of our ships are fully operational?" asked the Vorthak Supreme Commander. "About 60%, sir. The rest have problems we cannot fix without human technicians." On Quelan trade worlds, the situation was even worse. The Quelans had never been warriors. Their ships were designed for carrying cargo, not fighting battles. Now they were trying to turn merchant vessels into warships with poor results. "Our weapons are too weak," reported a Quelan captain. "Our shields cannot stop human plasma cannons. Our engines are too slow to escape if a battle goes badly." "Then we must rely on numbers," replied the trade master. "We will overwhelm them with sheer quantity of ships." But privately, she was not confident this would work. The ethereals were having different problems. Their technology was advanced but very old. They had not built new warships in centuries. Their existing fleet was powerful but small. "We have, perhaps 1,000 combat-capable vessels," reported an ethereal commander. "Against human technology, this may not be enough." "What about our dimensional weapons?" asked another ethereal. "Effective against conventional threats, but human quantum shields may be able to stop them." On Earth, young analyst Jiwon continued monitoring alien communications. What she heard was both encouraging and terrifying. "They are arguing among themselves," she reported to General Minho. "Many species do not want to fight us, but they are afraid of being seen as cowards or traitors." "What about their military preparations?" "Massive, but chaotic. They are having supply problems, communication failures, and equipment breakdowns. Many alien ships are not ready for combat." "And the timeline? Our sources suggest they will attack within 2 weeks. They know they are getting weaker while we get stronger." General Minho nodded. "It matches our other intelligence. They will come soon, ready or not." Commander Yerim was putting the finishing touches on humanity's defense strategy. She had positioned fleets at key points throughout human space. Fast, attack squadrons were ready to strike alien supply lines. Defensive platforms guarded every major human world. "If they attack our colonies first, we hit their homeworlds immediately," she told her officers. "If they try to blockade us, we break their fleets with concentrated firepower. If they attempt negotiation during the battle, we ignore them until they surrender unconditionally." "What about civilian casualties on alien worlds?" asked an officer. Commander Yerim's expression was cold. "They plan to kill every human man, woman, and child in the galaxy. They do not get to complain about civilian casualties now." Dr. Inho had finished his preparations as well. Human colonies now had medical facilities that could treat any known alien biological weapon. Air and water filtration systems could remove any toxin. And if necessary, humans had developed their own biological weapons designed specifically to target alien physiology. "Are we really going to use those?" asked one of his assistants. "Only if they use biological weapons first," Dr. Inho replied. "But if they do, we will respond in kind." Captain Sujin stood on the bridge of humanity's newest and most powerful warship. Around her, the crew prepared for what might be the most important battle in human history. "All systems ready, Captain," reported her first officer. "Weapons armed and targeted?" "Yes, sir. We have firing solutions for every alien ship within 10 light years. Communications? We are in constant contact with Earth and all human fleets." Captain Sujin looked out at the stars. Somewhere out there, alien fleets were gathering to attack her people. They expected to find weak, frightened humans ready to surrender. Instead, they would find something they had never seen before. Humans with nothing left to lose and everything they needed to win. "Signal the fleet," she ordered. "All ships to battle stations. The aliens are coming and we are ready for them." The galaxy was about to learn that humanity's greatest strength was not their technology or their weapons. It was their refusal to give up when everything seemed hopeless. And right now, things were very hopeless for everyone except humanity. 6 months had passed since humanity disappeared from the galaxy. Today was supposed to be different. Today was supposed to be the day when all human leaders would die at a fake peace celebration. Today was supposed to be the beginning of humanity's extinction. Instead, it became the day the galaxy learned what humans were truly capable of. President Nari stood in the command center on Earth, watching as reports flowed in from across human space. Every human world was ready. Every human fleet was in position. Every human citizen knew that this day would decide their species' future. "Alien fleets are approaching our borders in 12 sectors," reported Admiral Bora. "Total enemy ships, approximately 60,000. Our response?" President Nari asked. "All human fleets are ready to engage. Defensive platforms are online. Long-range weapons are targeted on alien homeworlds." President Nari nodded. This was the moment humanity had been preparing for. Not just since learning about the alien conspiracy, but for their entire existence as a species. Humans had always been survivors. "Open a communication channel to the galaxy," she ordered. Across the galaxy, every alien communication system suddenly carried the same signal. President Nari's face appeared on screens in the Galactic Council chambers, on Vorthak warships, in Quilon trade centers, and on ethereal meditation platforms. "People of the galaxy," she began, her voice calm but carrying absolute authority. "6 months ago, you planned to celebrate the elimination of humanity. You sent invitations to our leaders for a peace ceremony that was actually intended to be our execution. In the Galactic Council chambers, Council Prime Zephyros felt his blood turn cold. How did she know? For 50 years, you have been slowly poisoning our people. You weakened our bodies, damaged our minds, and reduced our birth rates. You planned this genocide carefully and patiently. On Vorthak warships, commanders looked at each other with growing fear. The humans knew everything. But we discovered your plan. We saved our people. And now we offer you a choice." President Nari paused, letting her words echo across the galaxy. "You can accept humanity as an equal partner in this galaxy, with full respect and full rights, or you can face the consequences of your actions." "What consequences?" whispered a Quilon trade master. President Nari answered as if she had heard the question. "To demonstrate humanity's new position in this galaxy, we will now show you what we are capable of." Admiral Bora gave the signal. Across human space, weapons that had been hidden for months suddenly activated. In the Zephyr system, home of Council, Prime Zephyros, a human fleet appeared out of nowhere. "Not near the system! Not approaching the system, inside the system, next to the planet itself. Impossible, Zephyros whispered. No ship can travel that fast. But there they were, 50 human warships surrounding his homeworld, weapons pointed at the surface. The same thing happened simultaneously in 11 other systems. Human fleets appeared next to Vorthak Prime, the Quelan Trade Center, the ethereal meditation world, and the homeworlds of every species that had participated in the Human Containment Protocol. As you can see, President Nari continued, human fleets are now positioned at your most important worlds. Our new jump drive technology allows us to travel instantly between any points in the galaxy. The alien fleets that had been approaching human territory stopped moving. Their commanders were receiving frantic messages from their homeworlds. Our weapons can destroy planets from the other side of the galaxy, President Nari said. Our defenses can stop any attack you might launch. Our technology is now centuries ahead of anything you possess. She paused again, letting the implications sink in. But we do not wish to be conquerors. We wish to be left alone. Council Prime Zephyros activated his emergency communicator. This is Council Prime Zephyros to all human forces. We wish to negotiate. President Nari's image turned to look directly at him, even though they were in different star systems. There will be no negotiation, Zephyros. There will be surrender, or there will be consequences. What do you want? He asked, his voice shaking. Simple. Complete withdrawal of all alien military forces from human space, formal recognition of human sovereignty, and reparations for 50 years of attempted genocide. And if we refuse, President Nari's expression did not change. Then every alien military ship currently approaching our territory will be destroyed. Every alien world that participated in the conspiracy against us will have its orbital facilities eliminated. And every alien government that planned our extinction will be replaced. To demonstrate her point, she gave another signal. Human ships throughout the galaxy fired warning shots, not at planets or stations, but at empty space. The energy beams were visible from dozens of light years away. These are warning shots, President Nari explained. The next shots will not be warnings. On Vorthak Prime, the Supreme Commander watched the human ships orbiting his planet. Each ship was smaller than his smallest cruiser, but the energy readings they gave off were terrifying. Can we fight them? He asked his tactical officer. Sir, our computers cannot even understand how their ships work. Their weapons are producing energy levels that should be impossible, and they appeared in our system without any warning from our sensors. The commander made a decision that would have been unthinkable an hour ago. Signal all Vorthak fleets. Stand down from attack positions. Similar scenes played out across the galaxy. The Quelan Trade Master ordered her merchant fleets to return to port. Ethereal commanders withdrew their ancient warships. Dozens of smaller species recalled their military forces. Wise decision, President Nari observed, somehow aware of every military movement in the galaxy. Now for the formal surrender. Surrender? Council Prime Zephyros protested. Surely we can find some middle ground. You plan to murder every human in the galaxy, President Nari replied coldly. There is no middle ground between genocide and justice. Dr. Inho appeared on the communication screen next to President Nari. We have documented evidence of biological warfare against human civilians, he said. 50 years of slow poisoning, thousands of deaths, millions of people affected. General Minho joined them. We have military intelligence showing detailed plans for attacking human colonies and killing human leaders. This was not fear or misunderstanding. This was premeditated genocide. Engineer Dai-Hyun stepped into view. Our technology is now 50 years ahead of anything in the galaxy. We can defend ourselves against any attack. We can strike any target from any distance, and we can do things with physics that you believed were impossible. Captain Sujin was the last to appear. Every human who served in alien space has stories of discrimination, disrespect, and betrayal. We were never your equals in your eyes. We were useful tools that you planned to discard when we were no longer needed. President. Nari looked directly into the camera. The age of alien dominance in this galaxy is over. Humanity will no longer be the helpful junior partner that everyone takes advantage of. We will be an independent power that others treat with respect. What happens to the rest of us? Asked the ethereal representative. That depends on you, President Nari replied. Species that recognize human sovereignty and treat us as equals will have normal relations with us. Species that continue to see us as a threat or a problem will find themselves isolated and alone. And species that try to harm us? Asked the Keelan trademaster. President Nari's smile was not pleasant. We'll discover why the galaxy should have been afraid of humans from the very beginning. Council Prime Zephyros looked around the council chamber. Every alien leader looked defeated. Their great plan had not only failed, but had created the exact situation they had tried to prevent. Humanity was now the most powerful force in the galaxy. We accept your terms, he said finally. All of them? President Nari asked. All of them. Excellent. You have 72 hours to withdraw all military forces from human space. You have 30 days to prepare formal recognition documents. You have 1 year to begin reparation payments. And if some species refuse to comply? President Nari looked at the human fleets surrounding alien homeworlds. Then they will learn that humanity can be far more creative in solving problems than you ever imagined. The communication ended. Across the galaxy, alien military forces began the largest retreat in galactic history. Human fleets remained in position around alien worlds, not as occupiers, but as reminders of what would happen to those who threatened humanity again. On Earth, President Nari turned to her advisors. Is it over? The immediate crisis is over, Admiral Bora replied. Whether the long-term peace holds depends on how well they remember this lesson. They will remember, Dr. Inho said confidently. Fear is an excellent teacher. Commander Yerim added her assessment. Some species will accept the new order quickly. Others will take time to adjust. A few might try to resist, but they will find themselves very much alone. Young analyst Ji-Wan had been monitoring alien communications throughout the confrontation. Most alien governments are already issuing orders to treat humans with complete respect. The word is spreading fast. Humans are not to be threatened, cheated, or insulted under any circumstances. Captain Sujin looked out at Earth's blue sky. What happens to humans living on alien worlds? They can come home if they want, President, Nari said, or they can stay, knowing that any species that harms them will